Hi, welcome back to another full self-driving supervised video. Again, nothing much has changed since the last few videos. It's 12.3.6. Today we're just at a random parking lot and it's just another video going to get iced coffee. So yeah, without further ado, it should be, I don't know, 15-ish minute drive. Take me to the Nile Cafe. Yeah, we should be taking, let's take side street just to see. Yeah, we'll take a little bit more side street just to see, oh, this is still 680. What is this? All right, we'll just take, there's gonna be a lot of stop and go around here. I was hoping that we don't have to go through the freeway, but we'll see. We'll see how it merges and gets off the freeway. This should be pretty simple and straightforward. I've been to this cafe before in another video, but I just like going here, getting my iced coffee. So I'll switch to drive. This is going to be one with a little bit of commentary. I like this, the new visualization preview for Auto Park. Okay, so I'm going to hit go. We'll start from here. We'll see how it navigates outside of a parking lot. And then I'll also mention whenever I have to do, obviously, any interventions. So not to unplug the car or get rid of FSD, but I'll just, like, if I have to press on the accelerator or nudge the steering wheel, I can let you know. But so far, pedestrians out of the way, it's good. We're gonna go make a left. I mean, it's being pretty cautious, which is good. And I'm also glad that there's not too many cars around. There's one guy who wants to, oh, he's going that way. Yeah, so I'm going pretty slow here, but that's fine. It's doing pretty good so far. We haven't hit anything and it's navigating pretty well outside of a parking lot. And and where I was parked was, at a parking space. So just from there, I didn't have to, leave the parking space, albeit I was reverse parked. So, okay, pretty cautious right turn. I did not press the accelerator. When I normally have full self-driving on, that's probably when I would press the accelerator, mainly because, or especially when I'm a bit with more cars on the road, just because it takes so long to make certain right turns, where it's just trying to be really cautious not to hit anything. Rightfully so. It just does take a while, especially when me as a driver know that there's nothing oncoming. So that's when I would press the accelerator. But for this one, I didn't. So yeah, it's just a straight shot over to the freeway. We go north and then exit, and then a bunch of stoplights to get to our next destination. Another just straight shot of stoplights. Not too many turns, but I'm sure this car will want to do some lane changes. So we'll see how that goes. Nudge the steering wheel. So at the time of this recording, there's already rumors, or at least reported notes, that 12.4.1, I think, is already rolling out to select few full self-driving testers. I think it's already been out to employees, and then now to a handful of, like, just the general public, people who have full self-driving. So obviously I'll make a video when I have that version of full self-driving, which supposedly gets rid of the steering wheel nag. We'll see. I haven't seen much content on it, but just from some posts that I read. But yeah. I mean, I'll only probably talk when there's stuff to say. For the most part, this kind of straight shot, I don't think there'll be much for me to comment about. I use full self-driving a lot, or relatively a lot, and there are hiccups. It's not 100% perfect, but there's a lot of things that still surprise me in terms of just like the fact that it's able to do certain things that you wouldn't thought have been done for at least a long while, or at least in a commercial car that I bought, 2 years ago. Speaking of, yeah, I did buy this car. This was a late 2022 Model 3 that we're in. By late 2022, it's like September, October-ish, and so this one still has ultrasonic sensors, hardware 3. Just before they made the switch to hardware 4, this was like maybe, a month, a few weeks right before switching the cars to hardware 4. And I'm already at almost 70,000 miles, at 69,156 as of this recording, so drive a lot. Battery's been pretty good so far, so. So this lane merges. Okay. So that wasn't bad. Because I know that it merges, I would have anticipated a little bit better not to get as close. And my foot was hovering over the brake just in case, but it handled that pretty well. I didn't, intercept or do anything. We didn't hit anything, so that's good. Yeah, and the markings for the lane was pretty weird, and it's very, not well read. So if there were clearer markings on the ground, then I think the car would have anticipated a little bit better with, okay, this lane is going to merge. But it handled that pretty well regardless. I'm just glad it knows which lane it needs to stay in, because if I were to go into this far right lane, eventually that's just going to be a right turn only onto the freeway opposite the direction we want to go. When I did need to go down south at one point and I had full self-driving on, it knew to be in the lane next to me early, so which was good, so that I can appropriately make that, you know, immediate right turn toward this freeway that's going south. But today, since we're going north, it knew to stay in this lane, maybe by pure coincidence, but I like to think that the computer is smart. I don't know. I guess kind of optimistic about that. But I also know it's not perfect. We could just get lucky here. Well, that one I had to press the accelerator. I don't know if that person previous was honking to me, but the car, usually it's better about making those decisions, where it was at that yellow light for a while. The speed at which it was slowing down, I don't think it was, by the time it did slow down, it was going to be in the middle of the road. But it also didn't realize that in time to start accelerating, so I had to press the accelerator for that one. So that was kind of a intervention there, very minor. You know, it was a yellow light. I guess it did okay. It could have been faster at making a split-second decision. It's either like, okay, hard stop or hard go when getting caught at a yellow light. So sometimes it'll do better, but I guess this one was just like, where is that? I mean, it's a pretty big gap in the intersection, so it didn't really know like if it should stop or keep going because it was pretty far. Maybe, but I don't know. But anyway, I did have to press the accelerator just a little bit then. Making a lane change. Trying to get back to the far right lane. Very clear. Good deceleration. Take this curve. Okay, and then for whatever reason, we want to just cut on a solid line, which, you know, you could have just stayed in the other lane, or at least if you wanted to be in the far left lane, go where there's the dashed lines instead of crossing the solid, which you're supposed to do. But to comment on the deceleration, it did feel very natural and smooth, a lot smoother than some other people that I've been in the car with. So, you're not being tossed around or tugged too hard. So I'll give it that. Yeah, and then from here on, it's just a straight shot. I think this is about what, it says 3.7 miles until our next turn. Yeah, some stop and go. We'll see if we get caught in another yellow light and see how it'll react. I hope it doesn't slam the brakes. I'm just gonna let the car naturally decide the speed and adjust itself. Yeah, sometimes this is a long street that people tend to go a little bit faster on. So one thing that I'm noticing right now, I don't know if you're paying attention to the speedometer, but it accelerates and decelerates, you know, it flows in and out between a certain range. Even though there's not many cars near me, there's a bunch in front of me, maybe just one off behind me, but it's not, like, it's something you kind of notice, but it's not, you know, the most jarring and crazy thing to experience. But what you would like is for at least a more consistency with the speed. And I know it's trying to look at how fast the other cars are driving and also looking at the speed limit and just trying to gauge and figure out, like, you know, what's the appropriate speed here. But I don't know if I might play back the footage too for myself, but I think it was going like 47 down to 40, 43, and then back up to 46, and then just like waning, and something you kind of feel, but yeah, you just want it to be a little bit more consistent with the speed. But I feel like that only happens more so when there's less cars on the road. When there's more cars on the road, it tends to stick to, like, I like to think about it like you're magnetically attached to the car in front, so it'll try and, you know, stop and go, follow the speed with the car in front of you, if it's like consistently close. But sometimes when you don't have too many cars around you and it's just an open road, it's like, I don't know what speed I should be at. Should we go a little bit over the speed limit, or just at the speed limit? I don't want to go too far, too fast, and it tends to do that, weaving in and out. Anyway, so it just merged by itself. That was a pretty decent merge, because eventually we're going to turn left here and a few more stoplights. So yeah, that's good. I would have liked to be in this left lane anyway, well before actually making that left. So here we hit a yellow and it just maintained the same speed. It didn't try to accelerate or decelerate just in case. It was just, we're gonna make it and we'll go. So here's our left. So we have a fire truck. I would say it's a good thing that there's a car in front. I would say it's a good thing that there's a car in front, because given that it was green, I'm not sure if the car knows well enough yet to handle emergency vehicles. I've never been placed in that situation before. So I wonder how that would have played out. If there was no car in front, the light was green, we could have made a left, but there was an oncoming fire truck or emergency vehicle. But maybe it's hard to test because you don't know when emergency vehicles are coming up, but yeah. Anyway, that turn around this curve, the little bit sharp curve, was pretty good. Sometimes it'll take that really slow, sometimes it won't, so. But this one just felt pretty natural. So we're nearing our destination, to where I like to get my iced coffee. Stop sign. Let that person go. Nice. So at the next stop sign, is it a stop sign? The next turn, there's just a left eventually. So we probably won't park here because there's not many parking spots. Well, the car parked itself just in the wrong spot. That's not a parking space. So it's nice that it's able to do this, but look at this. Can't you tell? The car should know it says no parking. Maybe that will happen in the next update. Okay, so one thing was good, which was it's able to kind of park itself if it finds a decent spot. Oh, there's no spots there. If it finds a decent spot, it will try to park itself. Okay, sorry. I'm just gonna go. Human drivers. Okay. I'm gonna try to check a U-turn around here, but again, that was kind of cool. That the fact that it's thinking and like, oh, I can park here. This is where my destination is, and it's a parking space. Although technically it wasn't. But, it's just seeing cars lined up. Hey, there's a space. I can probably park there. If that was a parking space, that would have been cool. I didn't have to go look for parking. It just found itself. I think that was really neat. It just misread it. But so I'll go and park myself. But yeah, so that was literally the no parking zone was literally right in front of where I wanted to go. So I guess that was pretty neat. a bit messy, but neat. Okay. So no one else has a stop sign, but I need to go straight. Okay. Yeah, so then that's it for the drive. Thanks for joining me. It's about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so. Just to see more full self-driving content. Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. Oh, just on 4.6. Okay. But yeah, for full self-driving content, we made it to our destination. So hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your questions, comments, concerns. Do you have full self-driving? Do you have a Tesla? Are you just interested in seeing how this is going? I don't know. Let me know. I'd like to hear from you. But thanks again for watching. More videos to come, especially soon with dropping 12.4 out to customers soon, hopefully. Okay, thanks. See ya.